Morning. Be there in a second. Sorry, I needed to get my water and make sure my shirt was on correctly today on this video. There is no copyright year on here. It just says copyright something features. Peanuts copyright United Features Syndicate Incorporated, but there's no year. If you watched the previous video, I showed you the pig pen rather on the back because I had my shirt on backwards. It is July 27th as I am recording this, streaming this live right now, which is, I do apologize. As I said, I needed to get my water and make sure my shirt was on correctly. I got that little Julius Caesar going on today because I haven't washed my hair yet. I work nights. Sunday, from work, I get my clothes, I change, and I do my laundry, and I sleep. This is Monday as I am doing this. I have not bathed since Saturday night. And I hate that song. Every night at work they play it. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Saturday night they play it. And I'm like, finally, you got it right. I mean, it's Saturday night. I'm just glad they're not playing Saturday nights all right for fighting, because I don't know how many people would be fighting. Or that there's going to be a riot in the street tonight. I mean, whoa, really? You guys can't be playing this. This, we're open to the public for a while. You can't do that. Play that. No, shit will happen. Some bad shit will happen, and I don't want to be a part of that. I have something in the oven right now. Food. I'm not saying I have something in the I don't know. It'll 9 minutes, less than 9 minutes. So I'm going to get started. Fremont Lee here. Views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the idiots saying it. It's me, Fremont Lee. Hey, how you doing? Again, I'm not an idiot. I just try and straighten that up a little bit. I'm not an idiot. In some cases, yeah, sure. Ooh, nobody can see my laboratory. I washed it. It doesn't smell that bad. Okay, I'll get started. Movies. The Man with Bogart's Face, starring Robert Saatchi, Michelle Phillips, Olivia Hussey, and Misty Rowe. That is Michelle Phillips. That is Robert Saatchi. He did not go through an actual, I don't want to say face plant, the cosmetic surgery, as they say in here. He actually does look like Humphrey Bogart. No CGI used here, okay? Although this does kind of look like it would be part of Westworld where the face comes up. VHS tape. It is not the best movie in the world, but it's pretty damn good. I like it. Yeah, Humphrey Bogart. He had a scene in Die Hard, but it was cut. When Agent Johnson was telling the sewer worker guys or whatever to cut the wiring, and you saw Rick Dukeman. I believe it was Rick Dukeman. Could have been the other guy. Those two guys I always get confused with. Anyway, he was one of the guys that was in the scene, but they cut his scene. Bastards. I hope he got paid for it still. I know he was having trouble with his house or roof or something. Something was done and it wasn't right or something. It's been a while, so I'm not sure if that's still accurate. He was also in Blast from the Past, starring Brendan Fraser and Alicia Silverstone. He was the DJ playing music. He didn't say a word. He was just a Humphrey Bogart, and he's like, yeah. He was in another movie where David L. Lander, who played Squiggy, was kind of like, ooh, ooh, and it was a roller coaster on the thing, and there's a clown with a machine gun looking thing. Not in the movie. It's not in the movie. But he's delusional, the David L. Lander character, and he's playing the clown, and he's seeing the wax figures of Marilyn Monroe, Humphrey Bogart, and somebody else. I can't remember what the name of that movie is. But if you look on on the Internet Movie Database, which is imdb.com, and type in Robert Sacchi, Sacchi, I could be mispronouncing that, and I apologize. It could be Sakai or Sacchi. I've always pronounced it Sachi. Anyway, they never go into his past. They just start off the movie where he's in the doctor's office, and the doctor is saying, medically speaking, there was nothing wrong, or there was nothing against the code of conduct or whatever for me to do this. So I went through with it. It was your money. It's your, so I went ahead and did with it. And he's removing the bandages off his face, and he turns to the mirror and looks, and you see the reflection, and he's like, yeah, that's right, yeah, because he's healed. He's gone through the plastic surgery to look like Humphrey Bogart. But in real life, no. It's like back about 15, 20 years ago, people look at me and go, Costanza! No. This movie, it was based on a book. Andrew J. Fenady, Fenady. He wrote the book, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, based on the novel. Right. There was a follow-up novel, I believe, but they never did the movie because this didn't really do too well. He's portrayed Bogey in dozens of commercials, print ads, and movie cameos. His acting credits also include the touring company of Woody Allen's Broadway hit Play It Again, Sam. Franco Nero, Victor Buono, Herbert Lom. Here's the thing. Bogey's back, or is he? Robert Sacchi bears an uncanny resemblance to Humphrey Bogart in this witty and charming homage to the man and his movies. After having plastic surgery to look just like Bogey, Sam Marlowe opens his own private detective agency and lives the adventures of his favorite movie, Gumshoes, co-starring blah, 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 as I just said. Man with Bogart's face is so much fun, you'll want to play it again and again. Maybe not. But as I said, I don't have a favorite movie, but this is probably up there. It's just one of those things. He was also in an episode of Sledgehammer, starring David Rasheed, and something. Not even her real name. Harrison Page. Anyway, the next one, Revenge of the Nerds. This is the Panty Raid edition. There's actually a box over this with the same picture. Anthony Edwards, Robert Carradine stars as hilarious comedy classic that pushed a group of losers to the edge. Apparently, this includes the Revenge of the Nerds TV pilot, which I did not know there actually was. Probably a good thing. Excuse me. Anyway, it spawned some sequels, TV movie sequel, and it was just one of those. I didn't say the year this movie came out. 1980? Very small print. 1980. Durr. I should probably get that. If you've seen Revenge of the Nerds, the director was asked, "So, what kind of movie would you make?" Or whatever, and he said one that I wouldn't want my name on. And none of the guys were thrilled with this movie. You figure every time they mention it or bring it up anywhere, John Goodman does not acknowledge this. It's like Sean Connery with Highlander 2. I'm going to get that real quick. Oh, that was quick enough. My apologies. 1984, I believe. Yeah, 1984. Now, that is the classic for some people. Animal House, National Lampoon's Animal House. That's a classic to other people. (1978). John Belushi. Bruce McGill. He plays D-Day. That throat thing he does. Tim Matheson. Stephen Furst. Kevin Bacon. There's Bruce McGill. The one dad on Charles in Charge. I can't remember his name. And the guy who played the cop in The Mask who arrests Jim Carrey, or tries to, he ends up getting cuffed to what's his face. Yes, they have names. John Vernon, Verna Bloom, Thomas Hall, Caesar DeNova, and Donald Sutherland. Okay. Peter Riegert. Peter Riegert. Karen Allen. With Otis Day and the Knights in their show-stopping performance of Shout. His name isn't listed on this, on the box. He directs some TV shows. If you've ever watched some TV shows, he's directed some. I enjoy it. I liked it. It was good. I mean, the things in which I enjoy. Sort of dwindled. Things I'd like to enjoy never happened, never existed. No, where am I? 20 minutes, an hour? Okay, almost 15. Now, this next one, you're probably thinking, what the serious fuck? But I was a kid, young. Trying to see the year in which this came out. This shirt, there's no copyright here, so maybe, like I've said with other things, it's timeless. Excuse me. Well, according to the package design, it's 2005. Oh, 1982, right there. It's the Pirates of Penzance, or the pirate movie. Excuse me. The pirate movie. Christy McNichol. I had a crush on her. What's his face? Christopher Atkins, who was in the Blue Lagoon. Christy McNichol played one of the daughters on Empty Nest, starring Richard Mulligan, who was in Teachers. It was like a sequel, or not a sequel. It was an offshoot of the Golden Girls. It is still in the plastic. I have yet to watch it. I think it's loose in there. I haven't watched that. I saw it on TV a while back. To say a while back, I was 15. So you figure I'm 400. So you can do the math. No, I'm not 400. I'm not Highlander. Well, that can only be one. Or there could be only one. Whatever. Well, I know his name. If you've ever seen Highlander, you know a couple of those things in which I've said. I'm not. I don't know. The producers, Gene Wilder and Zero Mostel. Is that correct? Yeah. In Mel Brooks, the producers. And Dick Shawn as LSD, who passed away in doing his comedy act. He was so, I don't want to say progressive. He was just so far out there with his comedy that people were like Andy Kaufman, okay, kind of in that sense, where he was like ahead of his time in his comedy. Dick Shawn had a comedy thing that he did, and when he fell off the stage with a heart attack, the people watching thought it was part of the show, so nobody rushed to his aid. They were like, okay. So had they acted sooner, they could have saved his life, but they didn't. Mel Brooks claims that Dick Shawn created the high five because in the scene where they're like Heil Hitler in the stage production of whatever the thing is, Dick Shawn kind of like, yeah, baby, and gives him a high five. Whether or not that's actually when it happened or where it happened, who knows? I don't know. 1968. But he plays the groovy Hitler guy in this because his idea, he if you've never seen this movie or any version of the story, the one with Matthew Broderick, I believe, and not Neil Sedaka. He was in the Birdcage with Robin Williams. Oh, you're a man and you know everything. You're a man too. Oh, that's hurtful. I can't think of his name. Holy crap. He was in the kid movie with Mouse Hunt, I believe. Or he was in something, I want to say, with Greenwood. No, Jason Alexander. Greenwood. I can't think. I think it was Mouse Hunt. I don't know. But the producers, he's pilfering from old ladies who are putting money into a show. He says this is wrong. It's so wrong and it's like, yes, but if we get a show that does so bad and doesn't make a profit, we get to keep the money. And we don't have to pay the investors back. So he's not really for it, but he somehow convinces him to do it. And so they get a show that is so terrible, Springtime for Hitler. It's springtime for Hitler, and whatever the fuck the rest of the movie is. Excuse me. That people think it's a satire or a something, and they love it. It's funny. It becomes a hit because you figure they got an actor to play Hitler that it's like nothing is believable in it, and it was just so far out there. They made it the show a musical, and it became a hit. So they ended up having to pay investors back, and they defrauded something. I don't want to give too much of the movie away. I should have said spoilers. I mean, it's been out since 1968. This is 2020 as I'm recording this little video. So you think, huh. Okay, boss. That was a terrible John Wayne. It was supposed to be Ignatowski from Taxi, Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels. If you haven't seen it, hey, what are you watching? 1994, I believe, 2004. I can't remember. I've seen it a couple of times. Saw it at the theater when it came out. Okay, that's how far back I go. You saw it at the theater? Oh, oh. What was it like going to the theater? It's been so long. Sorry, it was a takeoff on. I don't know. It was supposed to take off on those things where it's like where think people haven't done stuff in so long. It's like they don't remember. So anyone with a story, it's like, oh, Lisa, tell me some more. You know, uh, it wasn't the give me some more. So have some more. More? You want more? I don't know. Uh, MCMXCIV. I believe that's 1994. Could be 2004. I don't know. I can't. Uh, Again with the MCMX. Well, it's New Line Platinum Series, so who knows? It could be whatever. It's on IMDb. If you haven't seen it, it's okay. Uh, Jim Carrey and Lauren Holly were dating it either before or after this movie. And that's always something I've always seen. You people starring in a movie together, they end up dating, and then they split up at the end of the movie. It isn't why I want to be in a movie. I want to be in a movie. I want to be like Kevin Smith doing that little thing and then he kind of like, I had a story to tell, so I wrote a book. It wasn't the story I wanted to tell, but it was like, yeah. Way back when Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were doing a Project Greenlight for HBO, which was 2000, maybe 1999. I had written a story. I cannot find that story. It was a decent story. I liked it. The thing was, if they liked your story or the treatment for your story that you sent them, that got them interested, they would contact you. Then you'd have to copyright your story or whatever, and then something. I had it written. I read the instructions, and I'm like, huh? Not a direct quote, but paraphrase. But I wrote it. It was October because we went to a pizza place to celebrate my dad's birthday, which was also my birthday. Different year, but same day. Um, but yeah, I never followed through with any of that to get it made. But I finished the story. It was supposed to. It starts off looking like a TV, like it's a TV movie, or excuse me, it's in the like an apartment setting with the woman is in a kitchen preparing a meal. She has the TV going. She's got that little there's like a shelf with the countertop rather shelf, and there's the partisan wall where it's like and she can see out in the living room. So she's like mixing something up in a bowl, going, and the TV's going, and it's like a news break, and it mentions her son something. And there's like a news interview, and the guy's like, "Yeah, he went in on his motorcycle, and then like shortly after, there's an explosion, and then my dog came out of the woods, and or no, dog didn't come out of the woods. There was an explosion and something. He saved my life." Uh, then the mom kind of like, "That's my son, or that's my boy." Yeah. Uh, but it's like she knew that he wasn't actually dead or gone or something. So maybe there was. I don't know. It's been a while since I wrote it. I don't think I edited it at all. Oh, I actually said edited it instead of edited it, which I have been known to do because it's like edited it. Going on 20 years, so 20 plus years since I wrote it. But yeah, that's I wrote it and I never followed through with it. Who knows? You could have been watching watching the movie with that I wrote, and people have been like, "Wow, he stole from Mad Max, every football cliche movie." Uh, I had a scene. It didn't have to be in the movie, so it's not like it was important. Could have just been touched on, like people were trying to find out where he is and what's going on, and so they delve into his past and they talk to his dad, who I was hoping would be played by Tommy Lee Jones, because I picture like somebody military who gets transferred to other places a lot, dragging his son along with him, and it's like, I am tired of moving around and losing my friends. I just get friends and I lose them. Why can't we just stay in one place, Dad? I'm tired of losing my friends. Him being, training officers, training military, the grunts or whatever you want to call them, like the underlings. That's not an accurate description, but and he's like, yeah, I'm tired too. Tired of losing my friends too. But he's training. He always wanted to make an impact on people's lives, and he does in the position in which he's in. Well, he ends up becoming like a principal or a teacher at a school. So, that Tommy Lee Jones character to where you can like play that serious military something and then kind of be like hey, I'm a lovable principal guy. Don't make me get mad. Anyway, I had the story written, typed it up. I don't know if I printed it out or if I have it out on disk somewhere, but I no longer own that computer. I'm not sure what I did with it. I've moved a million times since then, I think. Feels like it. Which is why I've been here so long. I don't want to fucking move again, pack up all my shit. But I'm looking around this place at the fucking mess, and it's like, you know what? None of this shit's mine. I could fucking leave it. It's and just take the fuck off. And anyway, it brings me to the next movie, The Mask, starring Jim Carrey. Connection to Dumb and Dumber. And as I said earlier, Peter Riegert plays the one officer in here. Came out in 1994, 95, something. MCM's XCV. Man, I cannot read Roman numerals. Damn it! I mean, they taught us, or they touched on it in. It's the New Line Platinum series. They touched on it in school, high school. You know how long ago that was for me? I'm not old, damn it, but geez, I can't be. Okay, what are you doing? Anyway, he finds a wood something in the thing, thinking it's a person. He jumps in the river to save it because he's got heart, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't a person." Jim Carrey stars as mild-mannered bank clerk Stanley Ipkiss, who discovers a mysterious ancient mask that brings his innermost desires to wild, screaming life. Now, together with Cameron Diaz and his sidekick Milo, this wisecracking green tornado is taking Edge City over the top in this romantic action comedy that will leave you smoking. I don't smoke. Um, Peter Green, Amy Asbeck, Richard Janney, Peter Riegert, Jim Carrey. That little dog. That's Milo in the movie. And aside from the MCM, BINGO, I fucking don't know what year. I saw it at the. Did I see it at the movie theater? It would seem like one I would. But I don't think I did. I don't. Next movie, The Saint. Val Kilmer. This is a connection with today's birthdays. Excuse me. Rade, R-A-D-E, his first name. Serbedzija, Serbedzija. He plays Ivan. Excuse me. Tretiak, Tretiak, in this movie. To say that's him is a lie because all these people are Val Kilmer. But that's who he's supposed to be impersonating, the guy. Never reveal your name, never turn your back, never surrender your heart. But yeah, that Roddy Sebejita, I totally screwed up his name and I apologize. If you've ever seen this, Elizabeth Shue, Val Kilmer, it was a good movie. There was a TV series called The Saint, starring Roger Moore, who became Bond, James Bond. And that was more of a Sean Connery James Bond than Roger Moore James Bond. Excuse me. What about Pierce Brosnan, Timothy Dalton, the model guy that was only in for the one movie? On Her Majesty's Secret Service, George Lazenby. There was other people. Woody Allen did one, but he was playing like James Bond Jr. as if whatever, but that was more of a not really a real thing. David Niven, I believe did play a James Bond, but it wasn't canon with the James Bond universe. Anyway, (1997) was the year this came out. I saw this at the movie theater. I'd recommend it. This is him as a Jim Norris in Jim Morrison type character, artist, something. He ended up playing Jim Morrison in a movie. He also sang on some of that, and if you couldn't tell it was him, he did his job as an actor. He also sang in the movie Top Secret back in 1980, way back when, 1984, 85, 83, somewhere in there. He played Nick something, sort of along the line of the Elvis Presley movies, where he's like, I'm a doctor and I sing. I'm a race car driver and I sing. I'm a singer and I sing. You know, it's like, okay, sure. It was like every Elvis character right there, pretty much. He was like something and he sang. Or his dream is to sing or something, you know, so he sings and he's like, okay, sure. I have one more movie, then I'll do birthdays. It's what, 25 minutes? Ooh, 36. I'm sorry. I'm approaching way back. Clerks, the black and white movie from Kevin Smith. Just because they serve you doesn't mean they like you. If you're in the market for what the Detroit News called a lively comic adventure, Clerks delivers with wholesome hilarity. Wholesome? Hilarity, yes. It's one wild day in the life of a pair of overworked counter jockeys whose razor-sharp wit and on-the-job antics give whole new meaning to customer service. Even while braving a nonstop parade of unpredictable shoppers, the clerks manage to play hockey on the roof, visit a funeral home, and straighten out their offbeat love lives. The boss is nowhere in sight, and you can bet anything can happen, and will happen. Wait. The boss is nowhere in sight, so you can bet anything can, and will, happen when these guys are left to run the store. Marilyn Gigliotti. I'm not sure why, but I had a crush on her. I might still do. I don't know. Oh, look, there's Kevin Smith as Kevin Smith and not Silent Bob. Because as Silent Bob, he's got that hat on. This DVD is for private home viewing only. It is not licensed for any other use. All other rights reserved. Running time, 92 minutes, black and white stereo. Ooh, I love my black and white stereo. Sorry, I was looking for the copyright year, the year it came out, or anything. Must be timeless. I liked it. It was probably because I was use your words, man. Use your words. Try. Most likely because I have worked in customer service stuff where I have worked in a gas station. There were people that came in that were like, you know, they'd come in, can I get change for 100? This isn't a bank. You want change, buy something. You know, we don't accept 50s or hundreds. If you're buying fuel, sure, okay, then we have to check the bill to make sure it's real. Then it's like, okay. I had a guy come into the gas station I was working at once, pay for 100, gave me 100. Can I get change for 100? He didn't say it like that, but he may as well have. Like he got hit in the head with a shovel, like what's his face in Adam Sandler movie where he's like, yeah, I can't fucking remember the Little Nicky. He walked around the store for like 2 minutes, picked out a 30-cent pack of Wrigley Spearmint gum. And I'm like, it's Saturday night. How the fuck do you get keep $100 bill on a Saturday night, not use it wherever you're at? And I get it. It's a large enough bill to where you don't have to worry about like trying to close your wallet because you have like 60 20s or something in your fucking wallet. It's like, I know 100 is only 5 20s or 10 10s. Is like, will you keep it in your wallet for like to impress people? Like, yeah, she, I got 100. Trying to get a date. What the fuck do you save $100 bill for? I mean, fuck, man. Sorry. Needed to vent a little, and there it was. Okay, today's birthday is July 27th. Views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying it. Hi, Fremont Lee. How you doing? Today's birthday is July 27th. Norman Lear. If you don't know who that is, television shows, man. Television shows. As I said, Raidi Serbejija. I've totally screwed up his name, and I apologize to him. Paul Levesque, or as some people know him as Triple H in the WWE universe. Betty Thomas, director, actress. Bill Engvall, Yahoo Serious. He was young Einstein. Donnie Yen, who was in the Ip Man movies. He's done other things. They've all done other things, but Julian McMahon, who was in the Fantastic Four. He was the bad guy. I didn't mean to spoil that for you. Maya Rudolph. Sasa Mitchell, who was on the television series Step by Step. Roxanne Hart, who was in the movie Highlander, 1986. And License to Wed, I believe that was 2007. It also starred Robin Williams. Seamus Dever, who was on the Castle TV series. Winnie Harlow. I didn't actually see what she was in, but she looked familiar. Maureen McGovern, who played Nun in Airplane, 1980. She's a singer. She played the nun on the guitar and everything. Jim Jansen, who was in Water for Elephants in 2011, and he played Reverend Archie Skinner on the Gilmore Girls, 2002 to 2005, and the TV miniseries in 2016. Carol Leifer, Jason Zimbler, he played Ferguson Darling on Clarissa Explains It All, 1991 to 1994. And if you're looking around today, Clarissa didn't explain this. Writer Neil Israel. He wrote Real Genius, 1985. Police Academy, 1984. And I wasn't going to forget, but I forgot. He wrote something else. Look Who's Talking. Or Look Who's Talking To. Nick Nemeth, who is Dolph Ziggler on the WWE shows, SmackDown. The late Keenan Wynn. Maury Chaykin, who was in War Games, 1983. Dances with Wolves. Dances with Wolves, 1990. And My Cousin Vinny, 1992. Susan Gordon, who was in The Five Pennies, 1959. I mentioned that because I had mentioned the movie before, and I have yet to watch it. Jerry Van Dyke, Dick's brother. Adolfo Celi, C-E-L-I. He played Largo in Thunderball. And Christina Kokubo. Said she was from Detroit. But those were those who have passed on. And those who have not also before that. This is July 27th. I am Fremont Lee. I hope all with you. Please stay hydrated. Be kind to each other because we're all going through shit. We don't know what shit other people are going through, and nobody knows what shit we're going through unless we tell them. Some people don't like talking about it because it either hurts or they can't find the words. I hope all is well with you. Thank you for watching. Please, as I said, stay hydrated and please be kind to each other.